Welcome to Health is Wealth. Hello, Chicago. We're so happy to be here. This is the Chicago chapter of the National Black Nurses Association, and we're back. And this is our first show. We've been away for many months, but we're not going to leave you again. And we're going to have a good show for you every single month. Now, what I want you to do is your part, to send us a message, call, whatever you need to do. Number one, to ask questions, if you have them, of my guest. And number two, to let us know what kind of programs that you would like for us to bring to you each and every fourth Tuesday of the month at 5 p.m. On my right and your left is Miss Tara Blue. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us what she does and what she hopes to accomplish by coming to you. And any questions that you have after you've heard part of her presentation, you have but to dial that phone, and Miss Janice Henry is on the other end. And by the way, if I forgot, I am Bernetta Pearson. We're in a new studio, so I'm getting used to the new studio that we're in. Okay, good evening, Miss Tara Blue.
Good evening. How are you today?
Great. It is so good to have you here. And you know what we do on the show, the Chicago chapter of National Black Nurses, is it's a great way to reach the public. We perish from lack of knowledge. That's what they say. And so we chose this as a venue to reach the public. They can respond back with any questions they may have, any comments they may have. That's what makes it good, so that they know that we're here not as an entertainment venue, but as a venue to provide knowledge to the people of the city of Chicago. So tell us, our audience, and me, because I don't know that much about what you do, but what I do know I'm excited about. So tell us about Tara Blue.
Okay, my name is Tara Blue. I'm representing Peer Plus Education and Training Advocates. And what we do is we bring together survivors of cancer, caregivers, and family and friends of cancer survivors, lupus, and just people of that are dealing with traumatic experiences. Mm-hmm. And we give them resources to help them. And
so what kind of cancers are we talking about that they present to you with?
We have people that suffer with, that are survivors of breast cancer, colon cancer, colorectal cancer, men, women, children.
Oh, children too, okay.
Yes.
All right. And so you provide the services for them, and they can count on you to... They call you, they come in, you give them information, you go to them. How does that work?
We have resources that they can reach out, that we can provide to them, and then they can reach out, and we also reach out with them. We also, if they have doctor's visits that they need to go to, we will send a representative.
Oh,
and if they need, someone to be there with them. So
that is very good. Now, I was very happy to hear you talk about or mention colorectal cancer, because a lot of the times, and I'm not knocking the ladies, because they earn all of the recognition that they get, there's no doubt about it, but there are so many other sufferers from other cancers that a lot of people don't get into. And I think it's because the ladies do their homework. They are out there, they're letting you know, they support one another. They have agencies like you guys to help them, and it's wonderful. But when it comes to Heart Disease Month, which is in February, then we talk about how so many women are victims of heart disease, and more women are victims of heart disease than cancer. But that push is not out there for that disease. Now, colorectal, I usually point towards the men, although I know women have colorectal cancer also.
Yes.
But the men are the ones that we try to reach the most, because they're the most reluctant to come and see about themselves. They don't even want to say the word, let alone say, oh, something's wrong.
Yes.
And they will go kicking and screaming because whatever symptoms they're having, they become impossible.
Right.
Okay, now it's time to go to the doctor. Now I'm really in pain, or there's blood in my stool, or I'm losing a lot of weight, and all the other things that push them to go.
Yes.
Even prostate cancer is not what we call with the men. It doesn't seem to be a big deal with them. As a matter of fact, I think I've heard medicine even telling them now not to even bother to take the PSA test, which I don't agree with. But do they come to you a lot, to your agency? Do they contact you?
Yeah, we have different people that are suffering or survivors or
Mhm.
dealing with or have just been diagnosed with different cancers. Lupus, I've run across 2 people in the last month who
Mhm.
are lupus. And yeah, we
But not too many men, mostly women.
I would say mostly women, but we would like for the men to reach out as well.
But they don't. And see, and that's the whole problem. And I remember looking at Oprah's show a few years back when she broached that subject. She had an audience full of men. First of all, it was Men Only Day. And there were men in the audience who were victims of colorectal cancer. And they stood up and talked about it and how reluctant they were to go and see about it. But the end result of the show was that a lot of the men in the show, that was the impetus they needed to go and get tested. And good news, I don't know if you know that part or not, but they have developed men, and I don't think it's really out wholesale in the market, but there is another test for cancer that is non-invasive in terms of they get the cup and they use the cup for their sample,
Okay.
and then they send the sample off, and they have developed a new I don't know if it's a dye or whatever it is, but it's a new method of testing for colorectal cancer for those people who really don't want to go. It is, I've been there, and it is very uncomfortable, to say the least.
So maybe this would make it easier for them to go.
Well, yeah, because they won't have to go through what they have to go through unless this new test it comes back positive. If it comes back positive, then they have to have the test done also. But by that time, if someone says, "Oh, you're positive," I don't think we would have a lot of problems out of them showing up to do what they need to do. So I'm glad to see that that is now, it's either on the market or it's coming very soon. So when you talk to men or even women who have that problem, sometimes more than likely somebody else in the family, maybe a brother or someone, has had it, or maybe their father has had it. And so this way they can tell them, well, there is something on the market now that you won't have to go and get the colonoscopy at first.
Right.
And if you need to go, if someone says it's positive, I'm sure I won't have a problem getting you to go.
Right.
So that works out. So tell me, how long have you been with this agency? And how do you feel about your work?
I love the work that we do.
Uh-huh.
And it sends, I get goosebumps every time. We have events throughout the year. The company was established in 2001.
Okay.
And this is we're actually doing the National Cancer Survivors event, which is June 26th. This is going to be our 5th year hosting this particular event. And when Mrs. Rogers took me on board, I fell in love with what they do.
Oh, okay. All right. And so is your clientele increasing, or?
Yes, it is. And we not only reach out to cancer survivors or, lupus and different things like that. We also assist families. We help them with the resources who are homeless or, displaced. So we're helping a family right now.
Very good, very good. Do they have to pay, or you have grants or assistance, or?
They don't have to pay anything. And the company is we do all of our work based on grants. So we really try, hard to I just love what we do, and I just
Okay. I mean, I see you. Now you're making movements, okay? You're getting into it and you're getting excited when you talk about what you do, and that's the way it should be. I must tell you, family out there, that we're in a brand new studio, and Miss Janice Henry is on the phones, and there's a button that you're supposed to push for a caller on this new, like the old people say, this newfangled equipment. And so Miss Janice Henry, you can come right in here with us and remind me of that button, because I totally have forgotten. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have. And while I'm waiting for you, we're going to talk some. Which one? I heard something.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
How you doing? I think you got the wrong person. First of all, when you talk about certain types of examinations, people go in, and you lucky to see the doctor for about 15 minutes, and you got a lot of doctors, they forget they dealing with people. And when you go through certain type of examination, and that doctor put that jelly up in you, and they examine certain things, and then they tell you to put your clothes on, and you can leave, and you feel like you just had an accident on yourself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And they just forget, you get like a hunk of meat to them, and they forget they're in the people business. That's the reason why a lot of people don't want certain types of examination, or maybe you got to shop around for a doctor if you had that option. But a lot of people may not have that option. But if you got a lot of doctors, they forget they're in the people business. Like I said, after you have that examination, they tell you to go out, but yet you feel like you had an accident on yourself.
Well, to answer you about that, healthcare is not what it used to be. But number one, let me tell you that you are your best advocate. When it comes to your health, you say something like, hold it, wait a minute now, I am, just like you're telling me, you tell them, but don't you dare skip that examination, because if he is the way that you describe him, he could care less if you leave and go home and be angry with him. Don't do that. This is about you, and just tell him, now look, he's supposed to tell you that it's going to hurt, because it does. They do rectals on women sometimes too. And he's supposed to tell you that. You are, and he also should tell you, and if he doesn't, perhaps his nurse will, methods that you can relax so that when he examines you, it's not as painful. When you stiffen up, it's gonna be painful. It's just gonna be because you're rigid like that and your muscles are all tight. And he's jamming in, and yes, it does hurt. So try to relax. Tell him how you feel about him. When you join your insurance company, you have a choice of doctors. In almost every company I know, you can change them. You can say, I don't like that doctor. I've done that. I can't work with this particular doctor. I don't like him or her. She's not patient. She's not gentle. He doesn't explain anything. Sometimes you'll get your explanation not from the doctor. Sometimes you'll get it from the nurse, because doctors only have so many minutes to see a patient. This is a business. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. It treats people. It's in the business of treating people, but it's a business. And with the advent of the Obamacare, it has twice as many patients as it used to. So now, instead of the 15 minutes approximately that a doctor gets to spend with you, it's down to 10 minutes. And he's rushing. And you've got to be there on time. There are people who don't come on time. There are people who want to stay longer because they have this problem or that problem. And in that case, sometimes the nurses are very knowledgeable in a lot of the questions that you have. We do have male nurses too. Why don't you say, hey, I'd like to have a male nurse so that I can talk to him, so that we can, because we're knowledgeable too about what's going on, what's going to happen to you, what you can expect, and all of that. So take advantage of every opportunity that you have, and speak up and advocate for yourself and for other people. I do it all the time. I think they just hate to see me coming sometimes, but I'm going to open my mouth and tell you what I like, what I don't like. And if I don't like your insurance company and you're not treating me right, bye, I'm gone. And so we do have that power. We have the power of choice. And so I stopped because that was it's important to me to know that you will spread the word that, first of all, there's some new research. You should keep up with your research. If there's a plan, method now, a test now that is non-invasive, where you don't have to have that exam, where you can simply use your cup and send the cup in, and they'll send it back after they test it. And if you have positive for cancer, then you will have to undergo the colonoscopy without a doubt. But by that time, if someone tells you that, like I said, then you're going to be beating them in there so that you can reverse that. You know, sometimes it's polyps, they can cut them right out. So think about that. And now we're going to get back to you because you were getting warmed up and excited and talking about this event. And I'm going to shut up because I can talk. I can really talk. And I'm going to shut up because this show is to highlight, in case you've forgotten, family, it's to highlight the people that we bring on the show, the services they provide, the projects that they're engaged in, all with an end of doing something for you, the customer, the patient, the person, that has whatever you have, even if it's just curiosity. So I'm shutting up, and I'm going to let you finish. But in the meantime, Miss Janice Henry, I don't have, I'm excited. I'm as excited as you are because we're in a new studio. And
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And we were in the little, you don't know the little postage stamp we used to be in, and now we got a bigger stamp and more room, and we got some color. And I'm looking chocolate and you're looking vanilla, but that's okay because we're all the colors of the rainbow, and I love it because we're interesting, we're not boring, and that's a good thing. So I'm shutting up, and you finish telling us what's going on with this project.
Okay. Well, we are doing the National Cancer Survivors Day
When is that?
event. That is Sunday, June 26th.
Oh, you have a flyer? Oh, no. You just have the flyer there?
I
The
do
small
have a
one?
flyer,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. June 26th.
Yes,
That's on a
ma'am.
Sunday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At what time?
From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. You fixed it for after church?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am. And it will take place at room 43.
Oh, wait a minute. They have jazz at room 43 on Sunday.
Hello.
So you said, what, 2 to 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so now, listen. You can come for their event from 2 to 5. And after that, I think the jazz starts about 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. And you can stay and listen to jazz. Ask them if they're still having the jazz set there on Sunday evenings. And if so, you kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
And so what are you going to have? You're going to have something to eat? We always want to know that, too.
Of course we're going to have food.
Okay, all right.
What's an event
Healthy
without
food.
Healthy food,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Of course.
Now you have to tell us, do you know what that is? Because sometimes, we don't like healthy food. So.
Fun food.
Finger food.
Fun finger food.
Okay. Now, I always like to know if I'm going to an event, are they going to have food? And not what are they going to have? Because if it's something I like, I'm not going to eat dinner. I'm not going to eat lunch. I'm going to wait till I get there. But if I skip lunch and dinner and I get there and you got these little finger things and I'm still hungry, I'm going to be upset.
I will have to say that any and every event that Peer Plus Education and Training Advocates has ever put on, they never disappoint when it comes to food.
All right. See how people get when they know they have something good to offer. Did you see her? And she's saying that we have food. I mean, real food, and we would not disappoint. And I love that. So during that time, you're going to have presentations and what else?
Yes, and we're going to have refreshments. We'll have raffles, conversation, and much more.
Okay, much more. That leaves a lot to the imagination. You're not trying to do exams, are you?
Oh, no.
You said no. I'm advocating for the people.
No.
We get suspicious when you say much more and don't put a name to it.
No.
Okay, so.
I want everyone to be excited as we are.
Okay.
So.
I know nobody is excited about cancer. I'm sorry.
Well, excited to come together and, talk to people, learn more about what Peer Plus, what we do, and learn about some of the resources that are out there that a lot of people don't know about, and just to reach out to the community.
Do you have, like, when I've gone to events, they have people there who volunteer to make wigs for the ladies, who babysit, who provide transportation, and all. Are those services that you do, or you refer?
We refer.
Okay, you refer those services. Okay.
But if you have questions about that and that's something that you need, that is something that we can get for you.
Oh, very, very good. Now, do you accept volunteers, like people who come and, once it seems that people who have had an experience with cancer, when they come through it, they want to give back and they want to volunteer.
We are all volunteers.
You're all volunteers. So you accept volunteers who have had cancer.
Yes, ma'am.
To be okay. And because I'm asking all the questions I think they might want to know when I'm sitting there looking at TV. Is there a number we can call?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to give us that so we can get on it.
Okay, that number is 773-955-0924.
One more time.
773-955-0924.
Okay, very good. And the event is, tell us again.
Again, it's Sunday, June 26th, from 2 to 5. And it's at room...
Wait a minute. Oh, okay, June. I'm thinking about May. Okay,
Yeah,
because the
next
25th
month.
is tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
It's from 2 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll just have to come.
yes, you will.
Mm-hmm.
And may I just mention one more event that we have coming?
Help yourself.
All right.
We got 2 minutes.
All right. So we are also hosting another event called Dancing with Survivors, an Evening with the Stars, and that is Saturday, November 12th. And I know we have time, but you have time to pick out your dresses and
Well, what you can do
suits.
is just send the date. Save the date,
Will do.
and I'll put it on the air.
Perfect.
Yeah, you just remind me, and,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I'll keep it with me, and I'll put it on so I can remind people.
Thank you so much.
Dancing with the who?
Dancing with Survivors
Dancing
and
with
Evening with the
Survivors.
Stars.
Okay, I've
Yes.
gone to their fashion shows that some of the groups have had, and I've loved that. Cancer is not a depressing disease like it used to be in terms of survivorship. You have so many people that are willing to help, and that is great. Now, so give us the contact information that they need to take with them as you leave.
Okay.
Where can they call you and get in touch?
Okay, so can I give the website?
Yes.
Okay. So again, the phone number is 773-955-0924, and our website is purepluscares.org. purepluscares.org. And
All right. And they can call anytime?
yes,
Okay. And your name again?
Tara Blue.
Okay. Now, we're wrapping it up. Time goes fast when you have fun. I'm telling you that. And so we have had a great show. We've given you some news and information you can use. Young man, if you still have an issue with that, you can call us and see if we have some more suggestions. Or we put it out there. Maybe somebody else can help you and call in and give you some more suggestions. This has been our first show, the Chicago chapter of the National Black Nurses Association. We will see you on 4th Tuesday in June, and we will have more information that you can use. We thank you so much for your patience and your concern, and we're going to get better and better at this studio. I'm loving it. All right, thank you so much. Have a great week. Have a safe week. This is Chicago, and we'll see you next month right here.